let's talk about a conversation piece. Ahoy everybody, and welcome to another unboxing video. And we're unboxing the new David Bowie box set conversation piece. This is late, but I'm unboxing this. I've had this sat in my room for 10 days unopened. It was delivered on release day, which was the whatever day that was, 25th, 24th, 25th, 22nd, 15th of November, I think was the Friday. Yeah, must have been on Friday the 15th. I couldn't film a video that day because although it was my day off, I had to go to my work's head office for a meeting, and that took up a big chunk of the middle of the day, so I didn't really, when I came home I wasn't in the mood to do this. But I was working for 4 days, and my one day off last week I was record shopping in the morning and then went to a gig in London in the afternoons and evening, so I wiped that day out. McFly, very excellent if you're interested. But I've been working Thursday through Sunday, so today is Monday the 25th. Hopefully this is going to be uploaded today. But yeah, that's why this is late, but I have had it all this time. So what is this? This is this year's David Bowie big box set. The last 4 years, I think it is. They've released or re-released his albums, remastered with loads of new bits as well and all sorts. I've unboxed a couple of those on the channel and shown you the rest when I've shown my collections. We were sort of due for the tricky period of Bowie, so we've just had the 80s period. Now we're on to the next box set. Should be Tin Machine, Buddha Suburbia, depending on how many they group together, Black Tie White Noise. Then they might go on to Outside, but I would imagine they wouldn't. But for legal reasons, and also because they wanted to commemorate the 50th anniversary of Space Oddity, that hasn't happened this year. We've got this instead. Quick slurp. So yes, this is an amalgamation of 4 releases we've already had this year, plus some extra stuff, all on CD. So earlier this year, we've had 3 7-inch single box sets and a vinyl LP of demos from Bowie's Space Oddity period, if you like, so from 1969. And they've all been releases of demos from that time, apart from the Space Oddity box set, which had the single releases and a couple of other bits. I got Spying Through a Keyhole and the can't read my own writing. Clareville Grove demos box sets, which I've unboxed on this channel if you want to go back and watch them, which I enjoyed. So they were, I think each of them had 4 7-inch singles with 8 mostly previously unreleased demos on them. That was followed by the Mercury demos, I think it was called, which was a ridiculously expensive LP set, which I refused to get because of the price. And then they did a Space Oddity box set, which again was a couple of 7-inch singles, but nothing particularly. I think all it had was the original Space Oddity Wide-Eyed Boy from Free Cloud, I think was the B-side single, and then a single with the 2019 Tony Visconti remix of them. Don't think there was anything extra in that, so I didn't bother getting that. I had loads of posters and bits like that in there. But all that is in this set, plus other stuff. So yeah, plain front. And then the contents on a sheet in the back. And as you can tell, a big book as well. So 5 CDs, including 12 tracks previously unreleased, and 120... should say a 120-page hardback, but it says, can you see that? And 120A page hardback book illustrating David's development throughout 1968 and 69 via his home demos, BBC radio sessions, studio recordings with John Hutchinson, and the experimental music and mime group Feathers. The collection also celebrates the 50th anniversaries of a Space Oddity single and David's second album, David Bowie, aka Space Oddity, with originals 1969 mixes and brand new 2019 mixes by Tony Visconti. So disc 1 is a shitload of home demos, including 4 versions of Space Oddity, a couple of versions of Angel Grubby Face, and various other bits. So that's a big chunk of those are what were on the first 2 box sets for Spying Through a Keyhole and the Clairville Grove demo box sets, but with also some previously unreleased bits. Disc 2 is the Mercury demos, so that was obviously what was on the Mercury demos release, and again that's just more demos. Disc 3 is Conversation Pieces, which again are more demos were on something, but I can't remember what. BBC Top Gear radio session with the Tony Visconti Orchestra from May 1968, and then some more. Got the UK single edit of Space Oddity and the B-side, mono mix and various other tracks, and a Dave Lee Travis radio session from 20th of October 1969. And disc 4 is the original Space Oddity album, or David Bowie album. It was when it first came out, it was called David Bowie. It's sort of, it is his second full album, but it's the first one that sort of really counts in the chronology. It's, you know, when they do all the big reissue campaigns, they start with that one, partly because Decca, I think, owned the first release, but also that's sort of where Bowie begins. Yeah, so it was released, it was called David Bowie, but then when Space Oddity became hugely popular, it was renamed Space Oddity. It's also got on there some mixes on that as extras. And then disc 5 is the Tony Visconti 2019 remix of the album, and again with a couple more extras. Right, anyway, that's what's in this. We haven't even opened it yet. So it's been a few times I thought, oh, I'm not going to film a video, I just want to open it and have a look, but I've been a good boy. If you're sat there thinking, that looks different, yes it does. I'm going to talk more about that in another video. Yeah, so the sheet is just loose as it looked, but hopefully it will tuck inside here. So the box is very plain. I like that. So we have, so this is similar to the Beatles, both Abbey Road and White Album box sets, sort of tucked in separate cases, front and back. And strangely, these are in here in a different order than they're listed on the back. So the Mercury demos, which is listed as disc 2, was in the top. I mean, you see it's got that same pattern on there. That's replicating the pattern of the front of the album, which I'm sure we'll see at some point. It does say number 2 on there, so I think they've just been put in a funny order. So there's the home demos. Yeah, that's got a number 1 at the bottom, so I'm going to put those back in the right order. Then all the others. The number of dots varies on each one though, I've just noticed. It sort of gets bigger and bigger. And they're slightly, so they are all slightly different with the dots on them. So that's for discs. I won't go through the whole book. It's a nice solid frontispiece. Card, so that'll protect it. And obviously the same at the back, because it's got the disc on it, so it sort of balances it out either end. So I'm not going to go through the whole book. But there's notes about each of the songs, pictures of discs and recording notes, And obviously some pictures of David from the time. I'll quickly flick through down here, see if there's anything particularly exciting. Again, it's just more of the same. Some lyrics. So that's Hutch. Yeah, all about all the tracks, which is good. I mean, I should imagine the notes for the tracks that were in the previous box sets will be identical. A couple of set lists. Some posters, nice shots. See if we can get onto the... Oh, that's always nice, pictures with little single covers. Yeah, so that was the original album cover, so that's where the dots come from. So there's a bit more history around the era as well in the later half of the book. And the credits in the back. And the photo credits. Yeah, so that book looks like it's going to be a good read. Looking forward to giving them a listen. Hopefully, much as this is nice, I do like the reissue campaign that's been going. So hopefully they can sort out, basically, from what I can understand, from what little I've read about it, one of the Sales brothers, I can't remember which, might be Hunter, is getting a claim because for the Tin Machine albums, they're being paid as if they were just session musicians rather than members of a band. And I believe that's what it's all about. As usual, money hindering art. But yes, that's the David Bowie Conversation Piece box set unboxed. Looking forward to giving it a listen. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on another video. Thanks. Bye.